If low carb is supposed to make you feel steady and energized, why do some people feel weak, shaky, or lightheaded instead? In many cases, it's not low carb itself. It's a few common mistakes that quietly push your body into a stress response. The good news is that the fixes are usually simple. They're about electrolytes, fuel timing, and not cutting too much too fast. In this breakdown, you'll get a clear checklist to troubleshoot what's happening. You'll also learn how to tell the difference between normal adaptation and a sign you need to adjust your approach. Because feeling shaky is a signal. It can mean low blood sugar, low blood pressure, dehydration, or just not enough total energy. And each cause has a different solution. Let's start with the most common one, electrolytes. Moving to slide 2. Mistake 1 is underestimating sodium. When you lower carbs, your body stores less glycogen, and glycogen holds water. As that water shifts, your kidneys also tend to excrete more sodium. That combo can drop blood volume a bit, and that can feel like weakness, dizziness when you stand up, and a jittery, off feeling. Many people respond by drinking more plain water, which can dilute sodium further. Instead, think of hydration as water plus minerals. Sodium is the big one for symptoms like shakiness and lightheadedness. You don't need extreme amounts, but you do need enough to match your intake and sweat losses. If you exercise, use saunas, or live in heat, the need goes up. A practical check is how you feel standing up, and whether headaches and fatigue improve when sodium is adequate. Moving to slide 3. Mistake 2 is forgetting potassium and magnesium. Sodium gets the spotlight, but these two help regulate nerve signals and muscle contraction. When they're low, you can feel twitchy, weak, crampy, or just wired but tired. Low carb doesn't automatically cause deficiencies, but the transition can change fluid balance and increase losses. And many people also reduce high potassium foods without realizing it, like fruit, beans, and some starchy vegetables. Potassium is abundant in foods like leafy greens, avocado, and certain dairy or fish choices, depending on your diet style. Magnesium is commonly low even before any diet change, and stress and hard training can raise needs. If you get nighttime cramps, eyelid twitching, or persistent fatigue that doesn't match your sleep, it's worth looking at these minerals. The goal is steady intake from food first, with supplements only if appropriate for you. Moving to slide 4. Mistake 3 is cutting carbs too aggressively, too fast. Your body can run on fat and ketones, but the transition takes time. Enzymes adapt. Your muscles change what fuel they prefer, and your brain adjusts to different energy signals. If you slash carbs overnight while also training hard or sleeping poorly, you can feel shaky and anxious. Part of that is stress hormones stepping in to keep blood sugar stable. That can feel like a rapid heartbeat, sweaty palms, and a can't focus buzz. For many people, a gradual reduction works better than an abrupt drop. Another option is targeted carbs around workouts, especially if you're doing intense intervals or heavy lifting. That doesn't ruin low carb for everyone. It can simply reduce the stress load while you adapt. The key is matching the strictness of your carb cut to your current lifestyle demands. Moving to slide 5. Mistake 4 is accidentally eating too few calories. This is extremely common on low carb because appetite often drops. That sounds like a benefit until your intake falls below what your body can comfortably support. When energy availability gets too low, you can feel weak, shaky, cold, and mentally foggy. Your body may respond by raising adrenaline to keep you going, which feels like jitters. A big clue is that symptoms show up between meals or later in the day and improve quickly when you eat a real meal. Another clue is stalled performance in the gym and a mood that feels flat or irritable. Low carb doesn't require starving. It works best when protein is adequate, fats are sufficient, and meals are satisfying. If you're consistently white-knuckling hunger, it's not a willpower issue. It's a planning issue. Moving to slide 6. Mistake 5 is skimping on protein. People hear low carb and think it's all fat, but protein is the anchor. It supports muscle repair, helps you stay full, and provides amino acids your body uses for many jobs. If protein is too low, you can feel weak during workouts and less stable between meals. You may also notice cravings that feel random because your body is pushing you to find missing building blocks. There's also a blood sugar angle. Protein tends to slow digestion and can reduce big swings in hunger. That steadiness matters if you're prone to feeling shaky. The fix is not to megadose protein in one sitting. It's to spread it across meals in a way you can consistently hit. If you're not sure where you stand, track for a few days and compare it to a reasonable target for your body size and activity. Moving to slide 7. Mistake 6 is going too low fat while also low carb. This happens when someone tries to do low carb, low fat, and low calorie at the same time. But if carbs are low, fat usually becomes the main energy source. If fat is also low, you're left with very little fuel. That's when weakness and shakiness can show up fast, especially in the afternoon. You might also feel constantly unsatisfied after meals, even if you ate plenty of volume like salads and vegetables. That's not because vegetables are bad, it's because energy density matters. Dietary fat also helps you absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, and it slows digestion, which can help you feel more stable. The goal isn't to drown everything in oil, it's to include enough fat to match your activity level and keep meals satisfying and sustainable. Moving to slide 8. Mistake 7 is poor meal timing for your personal pattern. Some people do great with 2 meals a day. Others get shaky if they go too long, especially early in a low-carb transition. If you're stacking low-carb with intermittent fasting, hard workouts, and a busy schedule, it can be too many stressors at once. Shakiness often shows up when your last meal was small, your sleep was short, and caffeine is high. That's not a character flaw. It's physiology. A simple experiment is to keep carbs low, but add a protein-forward breakfast for a week, or add a planned snack after training. Another experiment is to make dinner larger and earlier, so you're not waking up depleted. The point is not that fasting is bad, it's that timing should support stable energy, not test your limits every day. Moving to slide 9. Now let's talk about a common confusion. Is this low blood sugar? Sometimes it is, but often it's a mix of adrenaline and low blood pressure from fluid and sodium shifts. True low blood sugar tends to come with symptoms like shakiness, sweating, hunger, and feeling better after eating carbs specifically. But you can also feel shaky from dehydration or from going too long without enough total calories, even if blood sugar is technically normal. The practical takeaway is to look for patterns. Does it happen after standing up quickly? That points more toward fluids and sodium. Does it happen after a hard workout and a small meal? That points toward total fuel and timing. Does it happen after lots of coffee and little food? That can be a caffeine and stress response. If symptoms are frequent, severe, or confusing, it's worth getting individualized guidance, and if needed, checking basic labs with a clinician. Moving to slide 10. Let's add 2 hidden amplifiers that make every mistake worse: sleep and stress. When sleep is short, your appetite signals change, your tolerance for dietary shifts drops, and your body leans more on stress hormones for energy. That can feel like anxiety, shakiness, and cravings that come out of nowhere. Stress does something similar. It increases cortisol and can make your blood sugar regulation feel less predictable. If you're trying low carb during a high stress season, you might need a gentler approach. That could mean a smaller carb reduction, more consistent meal timing, or avoiding stacking intense training with long fasting windows. This is also where magnesium, hydration, and adequate calories matter more. The goal is to make low carb feel boringly stable. If it feels like you're constantly on edge, treat that as feedback. Adjust the plan so your nervous system isn't carrying the whole load. Moving to slide 11. Here's a simple troubleshooting order that keeps you from guessing. First, fix fluids and sodium for a few days, especially if you're getting headaches, dizziness, or fatigue. Second, make sure potassium and magnesium are present daily from food, and don't ignore cramps or twitching. Third, check total calories. Are you unintentionally eating tiny meals because you're being good? Fourth, check protein. If meals are mostly vegetables and a little fat, you may be underdosing protein. Fifth, check fat intake, if carbs are low, because you still need a main fuel source. Finally, adjust timing. If shakiness hints at predictable times, build a meal pattern that prevents it. This order matters because it's common to add carbs back first when the real issue was electrolytes or total energy. You want the smallest change that solves the problem. That's how low carb becomes sustainable instead of stressful. Moving to slide 12. A quick note on exercise, because it's where weakness and shakiness often show up first. High-intensity training relies more on glycogen, which is stored carbohydrate in muscle. When you go low-carb, glycogen can be lower, especially early on. So your workout might feel harder, your heart rate might climb faster, and you might feel shaky afterward. That doesn't mean you can't train low-carb. It means you may need a transition period, more electrolytes, and smarter programming. Many people do better by keeping intensity a bit lower for a couple of weeks while they adapt. Another option is to place a small amount of carbs near training, especially if performance and recovery matter to you. And regardless of carbs, undereating after training is a common trigger for jitters later. Build a recovery meal that includes protein, fluids, and enough energy to actually refill the tank. Moving to slide 13. Let's wrap this into a simple self-check you can use anytime. If you feel weak and shaky on low carb, don't assume you need to quit. Assume you need to diagnose. Start with the basics. Are you getting enough salt and fluids? Are potassium and magnesium present daily? Are you eating enough total food, or are you accidentally dieting too hard? Is protein solid at each meal? If carbs are low, is fat high enough to provide steady energy? And does your meal timing match your day, your training, and your sleep? If you answer those honestly, you can usually find the pressure point. One change at a time is the fastest way to learn what your body responds to. If you want a quick next step, pick the one mistake that sounds most like you and test a fix for 7 days. If this was helpful, subscribe for more practical nutrition troubleshooting. And comment with A or B. Do your shaky moments happen more in the morning or late afternoon? This information is not a substitute for medical advice. Stable blood sugar changes everything.